if I were a minimalist just starting out, whether I was leaving my parents' home for the first time, or if the kids were grown and it was time to downsize, or if there was a natural disaster and I lost everything and I was forced to start over, or if for no reason at all I was just ready to become a minimalist, these are some of the things that I would want to have. And of course, everybody's list is going to be different. Number one, a deep plate. I call it a half bowl and a half plate because it's deep enough to eat soup out of, flat enough to eat anything else out of. And of course, if I already had a bowl and a plate, then I would just use what I had instead of getting this. Number two is a tall cup because it can be used as both a cup and a glass. But of course, if I already had a cup and a glass, then I wouldn't have this. I would just use what I already had. Number three is a knife about this size or a little smaller. I wouldn't have knives of every size. I would only have one. And I've cut open watermelons with knives smaller than this one. Number four is a pan about this size because it's deep enough to make soup out of, but I can also fry in it. So instead of buying both a frying pan and a soup pot, I would just buy one that I can do both with. Number five is a bag of flour because I can do so much with it. And of course, I would have to have other ingredients depending on what I was making. Number six is shea butter because I can use that for moisturizing cream, itch cream, sun protection, insect bites, poison ivy, eczema, muscle aches and pains, arthritis, hair conditioner, dandruff, various skin conditions. And I do have arthritis, and I've used this on my back and I love it. Number seven is Castile soap. I use it for shampoo, even though I have seen a warning label on it that said not to use it for color treated hair, but I don't care because I'll have to redo my hair all the time anyway. Dish soap, hand soap, laundry soap, face soap, body wash, window cleaner, all-purpose household cleaner, ant spray, makeup brush cleaner, and foot bath. Number eight is a library card. Instead of buying books, I can just get them from the library. Number nine is a smartphone. And I know everybody has a smartphone, or most everybody does, even people who aren't minimalist. But because the smartphone is so minimalistic, I just had to include it in my list. It does so many things. But there are a few things I do not use my smartphone for. For example, I still read real books, and I still have my calendar on paper, and I do my home accounting system on paper. And I also prefer to use a calculator, even though I do use a calculator in my smartphone sometimes. But other than that, I use my smartphone for a lot of things. And number 10 is a table and chairs. When people come to my house, I can entertain them at the table. I also use the table as a desk when I do my home accounting, or when I read, or when I write. And of course, we eat off of the table, so the table is multi-purpose. And those are my 10 things that I would want to have if I were a brand new minimalist. And that's all. See you next time.